Hey there, guys. Craig Lewis with another video here. Last video I done was talking about um, my tribute to Disturbed and how big of they've been in my life. So, what I'd like to do for the some of the following videos I'm going to put out, I just had the idea of kind of going through each one of their albums, kind of a breakdown of the album, and you know chronologically I'll start probably do one video for each album. That'd be kind of fun to kind of go back in time and for their 20 years, 2 decades of Disturbed here. So what I'll do is I'll start from their first. This video I'm going to do their first album, The Sickness, which I'll show it to you right now. The Sickness was put out in 2000. This is their debut album, um, which got them on the map. They're uh, they're all from Chicago, north side and south side of Chicago. Um, Pretty much all the members of the band. Well, yeah, all the members of the band are. They all kind of congregated in Chicago and ended up there. And so here's The Sickness. Um, so what I'll do here, you guys, is I'll give you the track listing for the album here. So track one starts out with Voices. Track two is The Game. Track three, Stupefy, which was one of the first songs I had heard from them on 93X. Like I had told you guys in the other video, Stupefy was, one of the major songs I heard off this album on 93X, and along with another song that you guys all know that's going to be coming up here. So then track four is Down with the Sickness, their main trademark song that got them on the map. That and Stupefy, but Down with the Sickness is just incredible. So pretty darn excited about talking about that song. David Draymond just, yeah, I mean everyone on the track is just incredible, as long as with Stupefy as well. So then we'll go to track five, Violence Fetish. I gotta go back and listen to that. It's been a little bit since I've listened to this album, so I think that's gonna be my homework for tonight is to listen to this album. Um, Track six, Fear, um, which I remember quite a bit, and I'm gonna have to go back and listen to. Um, Track seven is Numb, which I remember was pretty awesome. Or not pretty awesome. That is awesome. Number nine. No, that was track seven was Numb. Track eight is Want, which I kind of remember that one as well. Number nine is Conflict, which I recently um, looked back on in the last week or two, or actually in the last week. I went back and listened to Conflict, and I was going through some crazy crap. Um, and I just went back and listened to Conflict, and oh my God, you guys, I mean, rediscovering that song. I mean, I always liked it, but you know, it's funny how songs can come into your life, at certain times, or you'll go back to them and they'll have like, you know, super significant meaning, even more than they did when you first originally heard it. So, Conflict is one of those songs for me. So, just revisited it, like I said, about a week ago, and I would highly recommend that song. Well, I mean, the album, I mean, I highly recommend the album, but the song Conflict is a kind of a hidden gem on here um, that I really love a lot. So that was track nine, Conflict. Track 10 is Shout 2000. That was Disturbed's cover song. It's cool that they do cover songs for most of their albums. That's kind of their trademark too. They've done some awesome covers. So this was their first cover, the Tears for Fears Shout. They did Shout 2000, in honor to it, and they did an incredible job on Shout 2000. Just they're their take on the song and giving it their own stamp on it was just loved it a lot. So first hearing it when I got the album, I hadn't heard it on 93X. The only ones they had played on 93X was, like I said, Stupefy and Down with the Sickness, but never heard Shout 2000 until I got the album. And I picked up my copy of my album. I picked up at a used CD music store, and when I saw it on the shelf, I'm like, I got to get that because I had been listening to my 93X and said, and then so when I usually go to Cheapo Discs up here on Snelling Avenue in St. Paul, but I ended up finding this copy of The Sickness out in Roseville. There was at the time, I can't remember the name of the store. It was out it wasn't in Rosedale Mall, but there was like a kind of a Rosedale Commons, kind of across the street from Rosedale, where it was kind of a little strip mall type thing. And that's where they had a, like a used CD store there. And this is where I got my copy from. So I've had it for a long time, since probably, I think I got it in 2002. So it had been out about a year already, and then I got it. Um, so yeah, let's see, that was track 10, was Shout 2000. Number 11 is Dropping Plates. Great song, great song. A lot of great energy to that one. Um, and track 12 is Meaning of Life. And I got to go back and listen to that one. I haven't listened to that one in a while. So, like I said, I got some homework to do on this album. But from top to bottom, what a great debut album to come out of the gates with. These guys, these four bruisers out of this, good city of Chicago and Chi-Town. Let's see, what else do I want to mention about this album? Well, I'll give you the band members' names. You already told them to you, but lead vocals, David Draymond, guitars, electric, Dan Donegan, fuzz, Steve Kamak on bass, and behind the drums, the great Mike Wengren, pounding it out on the drums. So really happy to do this video. I'm going to look forward to doing all the other Disturbed albums, but want to get it started with The Sickness here and look forward to doing more of them. So I'm trying to think of anything else I want to add about this album. Like I said, I've had it for like 18 years, and just remember the first time listening to it and just loving every minute of it, and loving every minute of it. But yeah, so just thanks you guys for listening, and be putting out another video here in a little while with their second album. So show it to you one more time. The Sickness. The cover art on there is pretty darn menacing as well. Kind of really adds to the whole feel of what you're going to hear on this album. And I like what Disturbed stands for. They stand up against a lot in the world, and stand up and have a voice against it, and stand. I love these guys to death. So we're going on 9 minutes, almost 10. So I'll wrap it up. Hang in there, and look forward to doing the next review on second album, which is we'll have to tune in for the next one. So thank you guys. Thanks for listening, and we'll talk to you in a while for that video number 2. Hang in there. Love you guys. Keep rocking. Keep rocking.